So like, I got no idea if this is on or not, but welcome to Trench Talk, people.
Yep.
I'm your host, Lek. We're
And
doing
I'm
it.
Fonzie.
Yeah, we're
We're in the world of Foxhole here. We're in a my Aunt Carol's house
we
over
had
in
to.
Theresa right
I
now on
just
her
realized you took
porch.
the time to get on a fucking tanker's uniform. I should have done something like
Yeah,
that.
well,
I should have got
hey
the.
man,
I should have got the Legionary oil coat. You know that shit,
I got the
the
yeah,
drip and
the
drop,
drip.
because
That's a it's
because
that's actually not the best looking colonial
No,
uniform,
no,
but
but it's you drip and you drown because you're in a rainstorm. You know what I'm saying?
I know
It's a literal drip though.
what is the bonus of that? Like nothing,
I know
super
it's nothing, but
underpowered. No, it's a man, that's a joke. It's one of the best uniforms in the
how?
game.
How's it good?
Or
How's it good? How's it
just
good?
the rain encumbrance, dude. If you walk
No, no, no,
around
no,
in a
bro,
like,
bro. You're that status effect has no effect on me because I'm always in a vehicle. Okay.
yeah, true,
I
fair
don't.
enough. I
You
mean,
think
if
I'm gonna
you're a,
play? You think I'm gonna
it's
willingly
true.
play
Yeah.
infantry if we're in a rainstorm?
Well, it's also like, dude, it's like you're getting us off thing here, but rain and tanks, dude. It's one of the worst things because you have to keep dropping B mats and shit as you get
If
muddier.
you exit your
The things
vehicle, you
that,
cannot move
yeah.
or you can't get back in. It's
Yeah,
fucking
it
stupid.
actually sucks so much, man. You'd think they'd bring like a wash bin inside the tank or something. Fucking get like a you could definitely
Bro,
do like a ghetto shower from
you
a
could
commander's
no.
hatch. But
Imagine, bro. Imagine this: the Predator, the fucking new Warden super tank. Imagine that shit. Except it's they don't have a gun. They don't have ammo racks. They don't have any of that shit. It's just a giant fucking like mini apartment in there
they
with
shot,
a
yeah,
shower. Could you imagine that?
probably could, man. I don't know. I mean, with the amount of time, yeah,
That
you could
shit's a
probably
fucking
do it.
black hole. You open that shit up, it's like Alice in Wonderland. You open it up
Probably
one
be
of those
larger
tiny
than a New
hatches.
York apartment as well, but
True.
there. Fucking yeah, you probably could set up a nice little cozy thing there. But anyways, tank homes aside and uniforms aside, just trench talk when we're back after a long time. Um, I spent
You say long time. It was like what, a month and a half?
like a month and a half,
Okay,
yeah.
look.
But
So an update for the people that care. We're busy people. We lead busy lives, and we baited each other constantly with saying we'd be free,
yeah,
and then uh, yeah. Anyway, welcome back to Trench Talk. I don't know what episode this is. Does it even matter? You don't care. You don't
it's
give a
like
shit if you're
number
watching
nine,
this. You don't
right?
give a shit about the episode count. You're here to hear some guys just say some words and then go to the fuck to sleep. You're just here to. I know some
You're
people
like
watch this while
AFK
at
in like
work.
Logi right now.
Yeah,
I'm not, no doubt that fucking people got me in their ears while they're working, man.
yeah, no, no, no. Some people have said like, oh yeah, while I'm working my shift,
while you're
I just throw you guys
working.
on like amidst other like more successful, better podcasts. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I guess fair enough. You know, um, I don't know, dude. Listening to like podcasts at work, I felt like I was an insane guy. You know, I was trying
It
to like
depends on
listen to a
okay. It depends
podcast.
on what, where, when, why, and how. Okay.
I was listening during lunch because I don't like I don't know, I don't like talking to people while I'm like at work and okay, that sounds bad. Like
You're
I,
antisocial,
I
is what
don't
I'm learning.
I'm not antisocial. It's just like everyone, due to the fact that I'm a nursing student and I'm the medical assistant right now. I work everyone. I'm the youngest person at my job. I'm 20 years old, and everyone else is like a decade and a half older than me.
Bro,
So
I've gotten along
kind of
with
like,
people that are like 30 years older than me just fine. Okay, it's not
well,
that
I
hard.
don't know. It's not, yeah, it's not hard, but it's like, you can't, people, and now this is going to get off topic from Fox completely, but like,
Fonzie just hates old
thir-
people.
30, like 30 plus year olds, and I say this in Psalm too, like 30 plus like millennials, dude, they just like,
They,
they're always trying to like get into your face for being a Zoomer, dude. They're always just
uh,
like, yeah, huh? Like, they do the whole like fucking facts don't care about your feelings, huh? Are you gonna get
do
offended? And it's like, dude,
wait,
the
do
only
they
thing offending
actually?
right.
I don't
Well,
get
yeah,
that.
I had to like, yeah, I don't know. So one of the docs at work is always like, "Oh, your generation is so soft," and like, like you guys get offended so easily, and it's just like the only thing offensive I'm finding is like, your breath, dude. Please, like, you're
Yeah,
standing too close. I can see what you had for lunch, man.
yeah.
But no, I mean I love all the docs at my job. They're all amazing. It wasn't one of the docs that said that. It was one of the pharmacy. girl. She was planning the pharmacy tech. She was saying that to me, like,
Careful,
yeah,
careful how much you say. You might get fired.
nah, I
You
won't.
might
Who's
get
gonna
fired
listen to
for.
this at work? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
might
might
get
get
fired.
fired for your
No,
from.
they're all very nice
Yeah.
people. I appreciate it. I work very hard. They all work very hard. They're all good people. But yeah, I
Yep.
don't know. It's
Okay.
always like
Here's the
old people try
fucking.
to sore rib you about
Yeah.
being young. That's it. They're just
I don't get
jealous
that
'cause I'm
much.
young and viral and I can play Foxhole still. Okay,
I'm gonna be
they're getting
honest. I don't.
slow.
I don't get that often. Maybe I'm like a.
Fish from Sam.
Oh.
You Reddit warrior cocksucker. You hear me, huh? You're an old man and you can't shadow dance. That's right. I'm a young
mm.
buck. I still got the AD fan but
I'm
yeah.
a. I'm a fucking idiot. I've been. I keep hitting my fucking push to talk button.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
so stupid. Why do I? What am I doing?
It's
Okay.
instinct now, man.
Yeah.
You gotta
It's.
set yours to
I just
the
realized
caps lock.
at any point
Hmm.
a truck could just come blazing by. We've
Oh yeah.
I'm hearing a truck in the background right now.
Yeah. Let's see if one of my
Oh, there it
oh,
goes. Oh, by the way,
it'll
I just
attract
noticed.
anyone. Mm.
I just noticed that grenade. The Boma Stone has the fucking Harpa model.
Yeah, it has the Harpa model when you zoom in. Lazy.
Hmm.
Siege Camp, Clapfoot, Markfoot.
Yeah.
Mark, I'm looking at no, I'm just kidding. Who
You
would
want to
do
talk about
that?
lazy? The Ares. Oh my god.
Yeah, man, don't get me started on that piece of shit, dude. It's like
This isn't
okay.
meant to be the 1.0 episode. What is this meant to be,
Yes.
Fonzie?
I think we're
What was
just
the topic?
I think I said just chatting shit, but
I
'cause,
think that's what it is. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just the just chatting episode. Um,
We haven't
but
really talked much Foxhole though. We've been talking about
no,
nursing and old people.
yeah, old people, they're cool,
What do
man.
you think of the
And just,
medical as a medical professional yourself or
I would say wannabe,
wannabe?
yeah,
What do you
yeah.
think of medical in Foxhole? How accurate is it?
So,
He says as a complete
okay.
joke, knowing that it's a super gamey system.
So Foxhole's medic system is probably one of the most interactive. I really like the critical wounded soldier system, and I think critical wounded soldiers should spawn more often. Um, Field hospitals, I feel like there need to be more hospitals in towns and more incentive to use hospitals inside of towns over just normal hospitals. And I think hospitals should be a bunker system as well, where you can make specific like bunker hospital megastructures too, like to make it a tier
You
two, like
know, I just thought of
for
something. You
hmm,
know what'd get everyone farming the critically wounded soldiers? Make each critically wounded soldier count for like 3 to 5 G subs.
yeah, that's not a
Could you
bad
imagine?
idea. Where you
Could you
could
imagine?
Yeah. Where it could spawn shirts and G subs. That's a pretty good point. That's not a bad idea actually to get builders to I mean, maybe people will start like farming shirts for that and builders will just be perma locked. But I think you could definitely make a system with that or just something to recycle stuff into G subs as well would be nice for builders. I don't know, like
Builders are so actually. I'm
yeah,
not gonna talk
builders
on the
actually.
update much, but builders are so fucked right now.
Yeah, I
Holy
feel
shit!
so bad for anyone who builds in that
Like
2022.
there are additions that builders get so mad at me that I don't like them. You can guess the one I'm talking about. That I think it's a great addition, and I think it's almost perfect in how it was implemented in its final form. And
Oh, the
builders fucking
railgun.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
alluding to
railway.
here.
Oh,
Builders fucking hate me when I say that I think it's good. Like I got a few of them on my dick talking about like how oh no it's so broken it's like motherfucker it's 3 weeks into a war and it's like it's
and the
day
fronts haven't
23
moved, dude.
it's day 23 you don't get to have your invulnerable super fortress like 3 weeks into a war buddy you gotta you gotta do shit
Well,
it's like it's not interactive if you just sit like
I
if you just sit back with like 150ing every push that comes your way like
I mean, so I helped kill the first railway cannon over against ARG in Westgate the other day. I led the sticky rush that got it low, and then the Bardiche behind us, Bubaba from Sam
the
BBC.
turret. Who's in the gunner seat? Because they were facing fucking
Yeah,
backwards, and Bubaba had to
with
hop
some
out with a
rando.
venom.
Yeah, with some random.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all three of those railway cannons would have been dead if that guy wasn't the rando. I should have. But it's all right. We got one ARG. That was a good play there. But you guys, that was a lot of fun. We hit the supply train to start. There's videos of that up somewhere. But Yeah, I think the only way to counter railway cannons is to border hop and rush it with tanks. Like that, that's really the only way you can do it. And they're
There's a
gonna have
few. So
QRF and things, but you have to be really
I've been
aggressive
talking
against
about
them.
it. I think there's a few ways to counter it. The biggest advantage the storm cannon or the rail cannon gives you is the whole. The biggest advantage it gives you is like queue system because you usually want to use it when you own the entirety of a region.
Hmm.
So the enemy can't really reliably spawn in to put pressure on you, meaning that you get to leverage the like 20 to 30 guys it takes to run the cannon, as well as the 100 guys you can fit into the front line.
Hmm.
Like
Um,
as well as usually the logi guys that end up going through the region to support the main
yeah.
push, right? You get to keep the like 10 to 20 guys you got for the railgun, and then another like 20 guys just doing logi for the
And
main push, and it's
I
like
100% with one thing to backtrack here as well, I was thinking about just now. I really, really, really fucking like that turtling can be punished now like that
oh
because
yeah,
there's
no,
nothing. Concrete is one of my least favorite things in Foxhole to fight. Like I enjoy fighting tier two stuff
I
because it
so
can be easily be destroyed and things, and I feel like tier two stuff against 40 mil and things it takes a reasonable amount like of control and stuff. And
we have an
the,
onlooker.
like, oh, do we? Oh shoot, hello.
He just walked
Oh,
past.
yeah,
I got voice chat
yeah,
muted in game,
yeah,
so
voice chat needed as well. But
no. Um, what were we saying? We were saying Sorry, I'm a dog today. I'm noticing fucking butterflies.
mm.
What were we saying about the? Was it about the cannon or was it about the?
Cannon and bases. And it
Oh, right,
sucks,
concrete.
Payman.
Right.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks your base that you invested time into died, but um, like they have to. I think they should make building easier.
Yeah. No. No.
If
No. Like my
okay, if
whole. Yeah.
building
Yeah.
should be easier to do, if destroying it is easier, right?
Mhm.
But it
Yeah.
also takes so the amount of time you invested into that base, anyone's whose base has been wiped so far by things, it's I would say it's an equal amount of time for getting ground op started to get the resources for an actual railway gun to get,
People get
the
so
shit like
mad because they're like,
yeah.
what happened to my week's worth of effort? You say your week's worth of effort, but everyone else looks at it and says your week's worth of stalling the front, right? It's like your week's worth
There's
of
I
effort is
mean
also week's worth of effort where no gameplay was had
I'm
within the borders that you have like built your concrete fortress
Perhaps,
around, right?
perhaps if you're a builder and you can sort of get enjoyment out of building. I'm not a builder. I don't know, Lek, are you a builder? It's
Um,
not.
I
Maybe
mean,
you're
if
just
you count solo building a storm cannon like 30 wars ago building.
no. That yeah, no. It's
Yeah. I don't really build because okay, I completely agree with what you said earlier because my problem with building is that building day 1 for like a concrete bob versus building on day 20 for a concrete bob like for a storm cannon or whatever, it takes the same fucking time. Why? Why is it the same time investment when it gets so much like it needs to become easier to kill, and it does, and the Tempest is the ultimate form of that for when you just can't break a front, like it break into a map, and because these guys have like ultra turtled with 150s and shit pre-aimed, and you just need to burst in, right? This
well,
is
I
like
mean,
the ultimate. It's the ultimate weapon, right, for
not to
doing
sound
that.
like a nerd
But
or anything here, but like how the actual trains were used, the railway
yeah,
guns.
it's a siege thing. It's
They
like
the turtle meta in World War One was nullified, but no, that's fucked up, man.
no, I mean not really.
But
The railway guns IRL didn't really get a ton done.
did they really? Oh.
Not really. It was like actually I don't remember how they were used World War One. I just remember they like shelled the fuck out of Paris at points. I think in both World War One and Two, if I remember. But the thing is that they ultimately like didn't provide much strategic benefit. I'm not like a war nerd though, so I couldn't say anything beyond that.
Yeah,
But it's like
but
in Foxhole though, it's like I think they're perfect. I think the issue is that building the power level of building gets worse and worse and worse, and building like builder mains are like, well, what's the point of building a bunker on the border if it's useless? If it randomly becomes useless when Tempest unlock? It's like, bro, I'm sorry, but the game has to end at some point. You don't get forever war. You
Yeah,
have to like,
Forever War
like
is
you have to either be pushing back or accept that you're
well.
gonna like lose. You
One
don't
thing
get to
I'll
just
say,
infinitely build a fucking wall.
one thing I'll say though too is that the anti-snowball mechanics in Foxhole are a little bit too generous. If you get
Um,
like with concrete being so early now and things that to the
I
point.
don't know.
Well, because the meta to me in Foxhole, it's shifting to like you take a look at the 30 out of 32 wardens will say this is cope, but I'll say this is cope for last war as well, War 90 War 95, is this War 96 or is this
This
War
is War
97?
96.
War 96. So
Not
War 95.
we're in
So I'll
War
say
1.0
and
96.
this is not me trying to discredit 30 out of 32. That was a very good on Wardens for making that comeback. To finally see a huge comeback like that from the Wardens. Very good, very good. But take a look at what happened with that, right? Colonials hit Warden Concrete and couldn't do anything. And then, people started logging, people didn't play, and then Wardens pushed back. You get the thing is
Yeah.
what it's coming towards is that people are getting a benefit for only playing late war, and I think that's unfair to people who put in a lot of
Oh
effort
God,
early war
you
as
just
well, because there's definitely people who enjoy early war a lot more than late war, and I think I think that's like a fair thing because it's a lot more infantry focused and tanks aren't everywhere, right? Like I think people,
the biggest beef I have with Foxhole is that the victory conditions are completely pointless and completely void until late game.
Mhm.
The only metric that matters is going into the late game. Okay, do you have some like local garages which are usually tied to VPs, right? And do you have the are you in a position to where you're going to win? Because I like when Wardens took Fisherman's Row at the beginning of this war, I was like, okay, Colonials have lost. I thought it was going to be a Colonial victory or a Colonial loss, like right there. I thought Wardens were going to win. I didn't think it would be quick. I just thought it was going to be inevitable that they won. We turned it around somehow, and that's kind of weird because they took an entire and now I'll say this, I do not think the map is balanced, so it's good that there is some level of like you don't get insta fucked for having like getting screwed over by having the map like the war be north versus south and like cuz truthfully, the map is so much more balanced in East versus West. People will be like, "Oh, it's not designed for that." Yeah, that's why it's more balanced. But no, it's like in terms of just comebacks and how everything works. I don't know if I'd agree. I think it's mostly fine because I think people keep saying like, "Oh, I hate late game. It gets so boring." It's like on it. No, I disagree. I think late game is so fucking cool now. Like the super
Well,
tanks, the Tempest cannons. I think they offer some like of the peak Foxhole gameplay where you are coordinating with a bunch of people like that you're either in voice chat with, not in voice chat with. You got people scouting, you got people like you know that there's this thing coming. Everyone knows it because you got scout, you got eyes on it. They and it's a big thing. You can't just bring it up on a whim. You can't just bring up like maybe like you can kind of bring up a super tank on a whim, but like not with the Tempest. And even with the super tank, when it's there, you know where it is because people have eyes on it. It attracts attention, and so when you clip like when you go for the clip hunt, when you try to fucking kill it, it's like this fucking you feel like you're playing a goddamn like Monster Hunter like boss raid or like a WoW raid where you got like 50 fucking people loading them up in like suicide vehicles and you're just trying to throw shit at it to try and just get the job done to get the fucking epic mythic loot drop or some bullshit, right? Like,
I mean, yeah. So I think that's a whole different thing. I haven't really played, or I really haven't
oh
played too
yeah,
much in Super Heavy
Teep stole all
Tanks.
your thunder, right?
Yeah. With
you,
what? No, no, he didn't. Well,
you
not
ain't
with
got a
that.
super tank kill under your
No,
belt.
no.
He's got
Seep
four
wasn't. No, I've helped with Super Tank kills, but
with one.
over the thing, yeah. So I mean, Teep has definitely outshined me in Super Heavy Tank kills. Thank you for reminding me, Lek, you cocksucking slob. But
Mm.
the no, I mean this war's been fun. I've killed a lot of battle tanks. It's BT combat is definitely. The Spath used to be my favorite
The
vehicle.
reduction
The
in
Lance
BT range,
36.
the reduction in BT range was a very smart decision, I
Yeah,
think.
it was a very smart decision. The battle tanks with their speed increase too feel completely balanced and they feel great to fucking play in, man.
Yeah,
I
no, like
love, love, love how battle tanks are
new
right
battle
now.
tanks are
But
actually they like people kept saying, "Oh, they don't look like they fit." Yeah, but they play like they fit. Do they ever?
I
Like
mean, the texture just has to be the textures just have to be re-updated because it's just such a low poly texture looking,
yeah,
you know, it's just
yeah.
like looking at it.
Yeah,
But once
especially when it gets armor damaged.
yeah, it looks so bad there. But they play really good. I've enjoyed it. Fighting BTs, fighting against them. It's a good dynamic now. I feel the Warden one and Colonial one are equally scary, I feel.
Some people
That
will say that's cap and say, "Oh, Colonial One is better because of HP." It's like, I mean, I don't know. I think they're both really fucking strong, and I think
Well, I
they're
think I don't know.
relatively
The Warden
similar.
one is like the speed on that thing. So
That's
the speed
nuts.
has allowed it to like where I'll get two shells in that third one, that third disabled shot for it, and then it's just like they speed off, and I just
Yeah,
can't catch up to them and stuff. But it's where your support tanks come in and everything. But I mean, that's what's happened today and whether it expands. We had a
you could argue
BT
that the
low
Warden
today.
one is higher skill, couldn't you?
You could definitely argue that the Warden one does require higher skill, yes. I would say that's I don't know.
I think they're
I'm
pretty
not
similar. I don't know.
yeah,
The BTs are just they're cool. I like them.
they feel real good.
They're
Yeah.
it's like
Um
there if there's one thing I can give the devs applause for in this undercooked like absolute mess of an update, it's the late game content. It's just all
yeah,
good. All of
all
it's
the
good.
like yeah.
Everything by the end of the war feels so good, but for the first 2.5 3 weeks ish felt miserable. Oh my god.
Flamethrowers, I'll say that now this is turning into a 1.0 fucking
Oh God, yeah,
retrospective, but
we said
yeah,
it
we
wouldn't.
would
Do
say
we?
that, but
How about we focus? Why don't we focus on what we've done the past few days? Because I know with you, it's been
I've just
BT
been
tanking,
it's
right?
just been BTing, dude. BTing is just like I don't want to hop inside of another tank after getting inside a BT again, man. It's just like they
You
feel
got your
so
baby back,
good.
huh?
Strong. That's literally what it is, man. Just the crew dynamic of battle tanks having 5 people. If you got 4 people with you, dude, that you can just chill. That's like the perfect amount for conversations and stuff. I feel, you can really like all my old Foxhole friends I've made through being in a battle tank with all the
Mm-hmm.
Vox boys and then some of the old Colonial boys as well. So it's
Yeah, it's
good times, man. Very good times. But yeah,
yeah,
um,
it's.
we did. You know, what
Mm,
what was I gonna say there? I'm fucking
you're.
cooked.
I know you're cooked. You're always cooked. You
Oh yeah, with
fucking
the railway gun. What are
yeah. For
your? I
people
mean, or
wondering
what
why.
Black? What are your things on trains so far? Do you like how they were implemented, or what? Did
Hey,
you
we said we
you
wouldn't get
know?
into 1.0, but I will touch on
Oh,
trains because trains are such a well. We'll leave like facilities and all the rest for later, right?
mm,
But I'll talk on
yeah.
trains. There's only one like good thing about trains, and that's the track. The track building is so fucking good. It's
Hmm.
pretty much ideally what I wanted. There's like one issue I have with it, and that's pretty much just like bridge building is not existent, and that has limited a lot of stuff. And also, there's like a lot of scenarios where it like because of the way foxhole props work, because you can't remove a tiny box and this tiny fucking box that you could literally kick and move it out the way, it is just blocking an entire railroad. And it's like there's tiny infuriating shit, but like overall the track building is immaculately good. I love it. Worst part about it though, switches. Switches are so bad. They are just fucking abysmal. The fact that you have to physically get out, hit a switch, get back in your train, and then go is just that alone is too much. But when you're in a train, if you're going at speed, which you are, and you go down the wrong track, you gotta stop. You gotta back up, and then you gotta get out, hit the switch, get back in your fucking train, and then go. And every time you want to get out of your train, you gotta wait for every single fucking thing to stop. And that's usually an extra second or two. But when you combine that over like 80 switches along your journey, oh my god, becomes painful. Like, a drive with a train that should take like 20 minutes from like Kalukai to Deadlands, right? Can sometimes end up taking like half an hour to 40 fucking minutes because of that shit. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
the
my
rail
god.
decay is kind of ass,
Oh no
dude.
no
Like,
no. That was
well,
literally
uh,
that was my other point. That's how bad it is with just switches. With rail
mm,
decay, when your shit randomly is just not there, it ends up adding another 10 to 20 minutes per fucking interruption, where you have to find the nearest fucking facility, hope to god it has pecans, or hope to god it has a metalworks facility, hope to god it has pecans in it, hope to god you can, like, the issue is short enough that you can do it in like one truck or like a jeep load. And if it's not, you suddenly have to like bring over a pallet of pecans with a fucking flatbed that you don't have, or just do a bunch of fucking truckloads. It just becomes so annoying if it's not finished. Like,
mm.
oh my god, like track
Yeah,
upkeep,
dude.
track upkeep, and the switches are just
Dude,
mind-numbingly awful.
so
Like, the track upkeep is one of those, like, it takes a little bit to fix. The switches, they just need to make it so you go in the direction you hold A or D, and you just left or right, you just go. I don't know why the fuck it's this shit where you have to hit a thing manually. It no train game worth its salt fucks with that shit, except like the most hardcore of train sims, and I don't even think they do. But like all the good train games, Factorio, OpenTTD, like the shit that focuses on trains at a macro level, your trains just go. You place down your switches and your signals, or not switches. You place down your signals. You fucking, or you just drive your train and you just hold left, right, and you just go. You don't have to fuck with any of this bullshit, because this bullshit, it's exhausting when you have to do it every trip, and it just adds so much fucking travel time. Even if it's so much more efficient, it's like I thought the bonus of trains was going to be speed. Unironically, the freighter goes faster when you have to experience no interruptions of this nature. Holy shit, bro.
mm. Yeah, and I remember thinking like, well, one really big positive thing about trains I've noticed is just the amount of logi people are able to
Oh yeah, no
use.
no,
You
like,
know, like, dude, like I
yeah.
remember thinking freighters, oh my God, freighters, you can move so much shit with it. It's so good. And then like I was watching people bring up just like crate upon like T3C's
I've
train. By
yeah,
God, that thing is
I unfortunately
awesome.
I unfortunately have no manpower to do that kind of stuff. Like, I'd love to do that kind of stuff, but I don't. Most of my train stuff has been limited to building out rails, which admittedly is the fun part, and helping with like Grand. Oh, Grand. Oh, where do I get started on Grand? But no, I every time I see the train stuff, I just get happy because I just see people with like trains loaded with like 15 cars of like resources and shit. And it's like, oh, this is peak. This is the peak Foxhole experience, or it would be if
Mm.
switches and decay. And there's one other thing that I'm forgetting, but those are the main two. There's another one that's related to, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but either
Yeah,
way.
something Rapture and Nerf. Yeah,
What?
I agree. Huh? No, sorry. Wrong topic. I was looking at my wrong notes here. This
Wrong notes.
yeah. No. Um,
What are you talking about?
the, the
Fonzie.
nut.
Fonzie,
Huh.
is this Fonzie? I'm gonna have to get you drug tested at this point.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
No, you can't do that. You don't pay me. I don't get paid for this. I do this, dude. This is part of my court-ordered fucking community service here, man.
Yeah.
I'm providing my knowledge to the community, the Foxhole community, okay?
You know why?
And
Chat. You know why he's doing this? You know why he
she's
got?
gonna chat.
You know
You can
why?
chat these.
You know why he got that court-ordered fucking community service? You know
He's
what law?
nuts.
You know what law he broke? You got a
What
man.
law did I break, like? Yeah,
You broke drug laws for
drug laws.
too much being cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Too much being cooked. Yeah, my head's like Have you ever seen a canned chicken before?
I
You know what I'm talking
unfortunately
about?
have. I
So
unfortunately have.
This is what drugs do to your brain, kids. Don't do it. Um, no, but back to Foxhole here. Uh, what are your thoughts on
It
What are
better
your
not be
thoughts on the
1.0
preparation
related.
for the
Oh,
well
for
just the
Grand?
preparation for Grand, yeah, because that was learning okay, my experience with the Grand so far as a SOM tanker, we were security for
I
it
remember this.
and we AFK'd essentially for 3 or 4 hours and we'd QRF one guy inside of a party's uniform every like 15, 20 minutes, dude. Like I was kind of upset no one tried a tank rush, no one tried any of that. Like there was one CAF tank, I think, that tried an outlaw
Yep.
push. They
Yep.
pushed, destroyed a pallet of shells. Good on them. Now imagine if they had 5 or 6 tanks that rushed like that, dude. They would have killed Grand if they were, or they would have gotten it damaged to the point we would have probably said, "Fuck this, we're not risking it," right? Or, or caused some kind of strife inside the thing. I mean, I can only imagine what ARG's comms were like when the track was blowing and stuff like that. I mean, because Grand, dude, that CAF guy who hopped inside Grand after the first attempt and tried to like he got in and then he
Oh
was
yeah,
driving away with it,
open
dude.
invite to that guy. I want to talk to him.
Yeah,
He
yeah, that
scared the
was.
fucking dude. He got on the
Yeah, he
locomotive.
scared the sh dude. I was like getting ready to park my tanks. I was telling everyone, "Hey, good job today, guys." No, it was boring. Blah blah blah. And then I just Cyclone joins the channel and he goes, "Fonzie, fucking someone got inside. You need to get over here and pulls the kid." And I was like, yeesh." And then yeah, did that. But I mean, it was
Luckily we handled him fairly quick. But then he
yeah,
had like
yeah,
30 buddies. Just not 30. It was like a group of like, oh god, so fucking Lockheed. That rail bridge being a partisan highway is
dude,
so
that
retarded.
lot.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
it's terrible. Can't say the R slur, man. We're
Why
gonna get in
not?
trouble. No, I'm just kidding. But
Okay.
uh,
We're deep enough in the episode, right?
yeah, true.
You can't say it in the first
Um,
like 5 minutes, but
no, yeah.
you can
I
say
mean, we're
that,
not
can't
even monetized, are we?
you? No,
No. Yeah,
I don't know if we even
that's
could
it.
be.
We could be,
We could be.
probably.
We could be.
I don't know. We're gonna
Maybe when
start
we get
playing,
popular.
forcing you guys to get, yeah.
Kopka. Foxhole's definitely popular enough that we could get popular. Yep, Kopka.
Yeah.
Copium.
Um, we could become like squad streamers.
Squad Street.
No,
No, fuck
no.
that game. Bro,
No,
Milsims, no. Milsims, no.
we could do like Arma 3.
No,
No,
you've gotten
no.
worse. You went from
Why not?
Squad, a game that can sometimes be fun, to no.
We could be like a Hell Let Loose thing, you know?
Why do you
Because
keep go?
Vox is a
Okay,
Hell Let Loose clan now.
bro, stop going for mill games. You know what we'd be? We'd be a TF2 podcast.
TF2, dude,
Titanfall
fuck.
2. Titanfall
Titanfall
2.
2. Okay, I thought you meant Team Fortress
No, I
2.
do mean Team
TF2.
Fortress. I do mean Team
Oh,
Fortress.
Titanfall. Oh, Jesus. Titanfall 2 is both good games,
Team
TF2
Fortress
and
is the
I'm
only
a
game. It's the only game I
source.
have
Yeah.
more hours than Foxhole. Like,
And Gary's mod is the only game, and I'm not going to get into the. If you're a knower, you know, but if you're not, you're not.
what do you mean by
So,
that, Mister? I guess I'm not a
hey,
knower.
the people, you're not a knower, so if you know, you know. Um, regardless about my wasted time in video games, nah, it's not a
Oh,
wasted
you know what
time.
you just reminded me of? Oh my
Mm.
god. Fucking summer camp like 10, 12 years ago. Holy shit. This is like the last time I was going to summer camps. Fucking. There was this kid who just talked so much about how he was playing Gmod Dark RP, and it sounded like the craziest shit. And then I watched videos on it. I'm like, wow, this is fucking boring.
Um, I don't know. It's like you walk around and do a funny voice, and it's
I
pretty
know. I know.
pretty fun.
I've seen it be entertaining, but man, did his stories he really
That's
talked it
perfectly
up more.
cooked. Oh,
Did you
was
kill
that
someone?
perfectly cooked? No, no, no.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm trying to perfectly cook Boma stones while
oh,
we're.
you know
I'm
what? I
working on
just
my Boma
realized
technique here.
we could do more episodes where we just get like there's that other fucking window. That's where our guest will be. Or does our guest go between us? Is
I
it
guess to go between us, we'll hold them make no, we're gonna go find different areas, and maybe this will be the way you get the.
Oh, you know.
You
Oh,
get the Discord Nitro is you take a screenshot and where we were. Actually, you know what? That's gonna be how you get Nitro this episode. Okay, you hear me? I want the first three people because we've had a hiatus. The first three people to send me a
hmm.
screenshot of themselves inside this building. Uh,
Isn't this a
you'll
bit
get
collie
a
biased?
thing.
Though I guess we are a collie biased
Oh, I guess
podcast.
yeah, we'll call it bias podcast. Yeah.
Well, hey, I
Um.
mean they could go. They
Okay.
could go on the meme shards, right?
For war, yeah, you guys could go. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You go on the Charlie and Baker, unless, dude, there's no way. Okay, all I'm saying is that I am not a colonial on Charge Baker and Charge Sharp. Like I play Warden on those shards, man, solely
We gotta
because
go.
it's like,
We gotta go seal clubbing at some point. You know what
oh,
I'm saying? Get like three BTS and just support and just
yeah,
see how many towns we could take in one day. I want
dude,
to do that.
it would be, I don't know, that would be bullying, man. I feel not to disrespect. Okay, I never like because there was a post on the and this is going to be a little bit cringe maybe the
The
video
Foxhole
games
Reddit. Oh,
multiplayer
video.
no the
What?
4chan
Oh,
yeah the video game
no.
multiplayer thread on
Yeah.
4chan for
Yeah.
Foxhole where someone was like, yeah, you got, shard 1 players always shit on shard 2 players unfairly, and I do kind of agree. It's kind of like unfair to call their shard like not legitimate and
I
shit and
mean,
say like,
their
but
shard isn't legitimate in a sense of that the vets treat shard one, shard A, Able as the official Foxhole War. It's like
What I should say here is people try to like drag down or like sort of degrade the value of Baker Shard's community or Shard 2's community, because there are like, people have like friends who they form their own like sigil and thing on that, and I can completely respect that, man. They're trying to form their own community and you don't like it when people shit on what you like, man.
I'll say
So I
this
don't know,
much.
that's
I'll say
my
this much. I think it's cool. I think doing that kind of stuff is cool. But when the game, like when they shut down those servers because we're back down to like an average of like 5k pop,
2000, yeah, 5K.
I think we're gonna be.
Yeah, then
I don't
don't
think we're
be
gonna go back to. I don't think we're gonna go back to one shard for a while. I think we're gonna be stuck on like two shards. But
yeah.
Charlie's gonna go. I guarantee you. But
Yeah, Charlie's gonna go. I have no doubt in my mind.
once Charlie's war is done, that shard is just gone.
Yeah.
Baker will be around for like a little while, like it was when it was first around, where it was around for like 20 odd wars, but then it'll go.
What was that with all those streamers they paid to play the game, man?
Oh
When it first
god, oh
started,
my
dude, that
god.
was like,
That
yeesh.
was cringe. Why the fuck would they pay so
Didn't
many goddamn streamers to play day one, the worst time of the war, on
yeah.
on
Where you can show
on like fucking
the
barley and
5% of the
charker?
game's concept, yeah, or the
You
game's
show the
content.
worst fucking like time to play the game, which is day one trench hell where nothing happens. You lose all the fucking, literally all the content, all the like anything that you could find entertaining in a fucking YouTube video is just not there day one. There's nothing. Like you and I might find, I don't find like early war entertaining, but that's only once like vehicles and shit
So,
come out. But like day one, there's nothing there for like you could haha funny war crimes, but then once you sit down and you're like, wait, that's all it is. There's like nothing. It's like you just do the same gameplay loop on repeat for like literal days with no
so
progress.
day one, I like when armored cars come out. The first anti-infantry vehicles that come out are
Okay,
really cool.
okay. I like
Armored
playing FMG because I unironically just farm commence with that
The
shit. But
FMG is yeah, the FMG is fun the first couple of hours. But in regards to that, yeah, I definitely think late war is a lot more fun for me personally. Early war infantry is a lot more fun than late war infantry though. I'll
um,
say that much. And
mm,
at least, I don't know, maybe like the aesthetic of like, okay, pushing towns is a lot cooler late war than it is early war, but early war just like trench fighting in my opinion is a lot
I
cooler.
I
But
disagree because
maybe.
no. You know why? Because early war trench fight, there's like a meter of trench and then you're under enemy AI.
Oh yeah, true. Fair enough. Yeah,
Late
yeah,
war is
yeah, that's
better.
actually true. I
Late
was
war is
thinking more
better
mid war.
because
Yeah.
there's all the AI is dead amidst all the tanks, and sure you might get popped by 40. Oh man, I got popped by a 40. Tanks are
Yeah.
infinite ammo. Blah 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 blah. I'm so mad that I got shot by a tank. It's like but you don't have to deal with any AI. You can fucking run up behind the enemy tanks and like do sticky squads, and when you kill a tank as an infantry, you feel so goddamn good. You feel so good. You hide you there's like a million fucking trenches and husks and shit for you to hide in as like your degenerate little rat self that you can just do, and you just fucking kill those sweaty tanker nerds, and it's like you just feel like the king of the rats, you know what I mean?
Mm. I mean, I don't know. Definitely, it's me when I
Well,
the
you
40
you're a
mil
fucking
between your
tank.
head.
You're a tank sweat, okay?
But yeah, it is true. I am a tank sweat, so I am biased. Well, okay, here's one thing I want to discuss here. What's your opinion on dispersion for tank barrels? Or not dispersion,
No,
but
bad idea.
inaccuracy.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
happen. I
I
don't.
agree because listen,
It makes
okay,
it makes flanking
tank
worse. It
makes number
incentivizes you
one
to
makes
just sit
flanking.
still.
Yes. If if dispersion was to be added to guns, I think it would be all infantry AT would need to be reworked, and anti-tank shit in general would need to be reworked because I think it would completely castrate tanks, in Foxhole.
Here's the way it would work.
But
Tanks without an MG would get absolutely fucked. Tanks with an MG would see a lot more relevance, but they would
mm,
be like depending, but like they would still be overall nerfed. And if they didn't get a range buff, if the tanks didn't get a range buff, tanks it would just be a huge tank nerf. And
yeah,
I don't think tanks
well,
need a nerf.
because funny,
I think tanks are good in a good spot. I think
I
they've been
think
a
tanks are in a good spot
I
as
think
well right now.
tanks
But
are the one thing that Foxhole has always had in a good spot, barring like
mm,
early arms race
yeah,
info.
early's arm man, that was suffering, dude. Fucking hell. Look at me starting an early arms race as a
No, yeah, but
colonial
like
tanker.
ever since like around the release of the Chieftain, shit's been a lot better, right?
Mm,
Like I still have issues with armor balance as a whole, but the way armor plays, the way field guns play, people get mad at field guns. It's like motherfucker, field guns are perfect for this meta. They give so much relevance to infantry, and they just shut down tanks so hard in a way that they absolutely needed to, right? They like the field gun like because people say oh field gun meta. It's like no, that was never the like they don't say that as much as anymore, but they used to say that like 6 months ago to a year ago when
well,
field guns were like super strong. And it's like, yeah, but why do you still see a million tanks? Because field guns have dog shit speed, they can't be anywhere, they can't flank, they're just very
so
strong at holding an area. They're
the
not
only
like
the only
eh.
push gun so people say they enjoyed the HV40 over the smelter. I enjoyed the smelter over the
Well yeah,
HV40. The
yeah,
smelter was a beast, dude. That
you and me
thing
are the same because yeah, I like killing tanks, okay?
yeah. The H like I don't know. It's also like I don't play Foxhole the PvE. Dude, I won't lie to
Yeah.
you. It sounds
You
like
and
people
I
say, "Well, you don't win the game that way." I don't know. It's like
You and I are
winning is
couponers. We don't really care about winning. We care more about having fun. And man, is it fun to see a tank pop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I play Foxhole for the combined arms gameplay. I really like one of the biggest things I hate in Foxhole. The reason why I hate Cutler spam isn't because it's like it's blowing up my shit. I hate Cutler spam because just it
It
doesn't
removes
look
the
as cool
importance of
as
like
yeah
it
of
removes the
actual
importance
like
and it's
working
just
together.
spam.
Yeah.
It's just a spam thing, right?
Well, it's also like it doesn't feel like Cutler teams take a lot of coordination
They
as
don't.
well, you know? It's yeah, it feel, it like seeing infantry and armor move up together with the coordination of artillery support is a lot cooler to see blow shit up than it is just like about, like people are playing fucking TF2 Soldier. But anyways,
Yeah. Cutler
before I
admittedly,
start
I
Cutler
don't
coping
what
here,
do we think of
goddamn.
Cutler in the late game is kind of I don't know.
It's not that good. Like what it kicks my ass
So,
mid game because that's when it's spammed all the time. Because people, the reason why people use the Cutler mid game is because they don't have any other option for it. Like, dude, if like the 30 millimeter scout tank, if it came out when the Cutler came out, we would see the Cutler used like 10 times less because people will enjoy
people
playing in
love
tanks
tanks.
more. Yeah.
People come to Foxhole, come for the war crimes, stay for the tanks. That's it.
Yeah.
The tank gameplay is like, yeah, it's like getting back to the dispersion thing. It's like, or like shot deviation. It's like, okay, you're asking the devs to ruin the thing that they've worked so hard for, which is getting people to actually move around and do shit, do cool
Yeah.
shit in like tanks. Like people complain, oh, Napoleonic war line. It's like, okay,
Foxhole
well then
tank lines right
why do you
now
want the
are a
tank lines
lot
to
better
sit
than
still?
Foxhole tank lines now are a lot better done than they were before. Because I remember like when it was directional. I enjoy. This is maybe a hot take here. I
Well, no, you
enjoy this version of
directional
armor more than the other one.
directional damage was a good thing. The problem was that there was no armor, so you weren't
Yeah.
incentivized to actually get close. You were incentivized
hmm
to sit back at 40 meters and just
In
pelt away.
poke. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I think.
And
Maybe
and and
directional
because there was
damage with a
and because there
flank
was
would be
and because all damage was like splash damage, there was no penetration. Like you could hit multiple
cheese
tanks.
it.
It's
Yeah.
like there was so much shit with old Foxhole armor that just made it come down to just really cheesy shooting mechanics, and it was just so fucking boring. Oh
One
my
sec.
god.
Like,
Hmm?
do you think you could go like dynamite fishing? Like how you like do you think you could go dynamite fishing with Boma stones? You
I
totally
mean,
could. Like you just
you
drop
could.
it in the water and the shockwave kills a bunch of fucking fish. Good.
I mean, you know what you'd kill a lot of.
Hmm.
You'd kill a lot of wardens.
Um
There was a joke there about I don't know about like wardens being mad at the Boma
Boma
Stone,
stone.
which I don't know. It's like yeah, Boma Stone is
Okay,
just obviously better. Okay,
it's
it's not.
justified, but it's justified, but I don't believe in a Boma stone nerf until Colonial Cutler equivalent. That's all I'm
It's
saying,
like
man.
I
God
don't.
damn, I'm coping right now.
It's like
Ah.
I feel like a if they but what would happen? Because I think the biggest issue is the crate size, right? The difference where it's like you get 5 extra grenades. What would
Yeah.
happen if they upped the Harpa by 5? Would it be that bad? I
Have
don't
we
know.
had this discussion before? I feel
I
like
don't.
we have
We
during
did.
the balance
We
talks.
have. We
Yeah.
have. It's just a matter of like, because with Harpa, you'd be able to the can the fucking Predator can launch all grenade types, right? Except
Yeah, that
Boma.
and that is pretty cool. I'll say this, the Warden Super Heavy Tank is fucking awesome, dude. I'm not
Hmm.
gonna lie. It's really cool looking, it's really scary to fight, it's really fun to kill. Like but
Again, yeah,
yeah.
it's like they just nailed late game stuff.
Mhm.
I think like yeah, I don't. We'll talk more about like why the early game and the rest of the stuff that isn't late game isn't really that good and why
Oh, did
we
I
think it's
say
bad
this?
later. But
Flamethrowers need a buff? Did I say that?
I thought we said
They didn't.
yeah. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is gonna turn into a 1.0 discussion, but like
Yeah, yeah.
we can talk more late like on it on a different episode. But the TLDR
hmm
on my thoughts is like flamethrowers were never good. The rockets were always way too strong at like in terms of fire starting. We're talking purely fire starting. Um, and then buckets were way too weak when in reality it should have been like flamethrowers needed to be like the super strong fire starting thing because of how fucking close you need to get and how vulnerable you are while using it. And then buckets needed to be relatively strong, and then rockets needed to be like if they just buff the fuck out of the flamethrower to be better than like buckets already like I I don't know how much they would need to buff it, but it feels like it should be like 3 to 5 times as good. The
Yeah, I
major the
think
major
flamethrowers need
problem
more range too.
the major problem with the flamethrower being buffed is that you is like partisan related shit and the fact that when you set stuff on fire there's no like announcement that shit's getting set on fire.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's like there's so many small things about this update where it's like
I didn't even
we'll
think
talk about
about
it.
that angle. Like, geez, man, you're completely right there with the partisan flamethrower stuff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
do
I
you
saw
remember cuz we
videos of
saw that
people doing that. Yeah.
shit this war. It was kind of ineffective. Imagine if it was like 5 times better. And
Yeah.
cuz like people don't QRF that shit, right? Like
No, yeah, they see one guy in the background, they think, someone else will get him. That's my thoughts when I see him. Like, fuck it, not my problem,
you know
man.
what we could do actually for an episode?
Hmm.
This is just a stupid idea, but like we do an endurance match where we just actually we do like a holdout in recon uniforms in just a random city, right? That's what we do. Like both of us take medic kits and a recon and just a gun of some kind, and we just like hold out in a random house or something.
Yeah, we could, that'd be a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
We did we did one about like just grabbing people off the street. I was
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about that. We go to like a thing, we pull people off and start talking to them, see what their thought. That's actually we should do that one of these days.
Yeah,
But
we oughta do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I don't know. There's a bunch of people have like expressed interest on coming on and things like
We gotta get them on at some point, but
uh,
to do that, we have to actually record more episodes.
I'm a
Also,
goddamn elitist. No one can come on besides famous
also,
people. No.
also, I don't know how long we said we were gonna go, but in order to get this uploaded, I'm gonna have to we're gonna have to call this in a minute. So, yeah,
Okay,
if you can.
again, yeah, we're gonna
Oh,
to say this,
the whole thing
huh?
about like where for Nitro is gonna be like where we are, right? I'll just like
Yeah,
spin
where
my
we are.
camera a bunch. You should be able to tell where we are off just like the spinning camera. It's like
Well, we're in
we're
Terizo.
well
The
that
Terizo.
much was obvious based on like this
Yeah,
shit.
but
Where are
if
we?
you're a warden, go up. If you're a warden, again, go Baker or Charlie, and you should be able to get in here. And send me a screenshot. But yeah, first
Yeah.
three people to do it are gonna get Nitro because and I'll announce you. I'll shout you out next episode.
Oh,
Um,
are we doing shoutouts now?
yeah, I'll do shout outs for.
We
I
should
think
have been
I've been
doing that this whole
shouting people
time.
out unofficially. Like I know Olted got one, Timek got one,
Oh yeah.
couple others, yeah,
All right. Well,
French guys. But anyways, yep. Catch y'all later.
where's the wave emote? Bye
Seven.
lads. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
so yeah,
Okay. And now I shoot Fonzie.
dude.